All set. Gates have gone back and they're off and racing. Sharp Bob flew out of the gates and Geiger Gem also stepped from the line very quickly with Reverse and the Cat Ratcher. Shadow Hunter from over on the extreme outside is making a beeline for the front. Don't know if it'll get there though. It's out pretty wide going into the first corner as Pike kicks up with Morning Song and finds a spot near the rail. In front of Zip Your Lips and then Barra Magic back midfield. A length and a half to none of that. Then Barbie Will Do, being followed by Burning Pride, who's over on the inside of Arnie's Boy, and 2 lengths to Stafford's Lad. Geiger Gem actually led them at the 1200. When they'd settled down, they commenced the run down the riverside. Geiger Gem led by a length over the veteran, the Cat Ratcher. Then came Sharp Bob, who's down on the inside just with a tendency to pull. Reverse running fourth, one off, and then Morning Song, who's under double wraps as well down on the rail. A length away, Shadow Hunter. They're being followed by Zip Your Lips, who's hugging the rails inside of Barra Magic. None of that over on the inside. Next of all, being followed after 3/4 to Barbie Will Do, and Burning Pride is next over on the inside, being closely attended by Arnie's Boy, 2 lengths Stafford's Lad, with little or no change in the order. 650 to go, and Geiger Gem will bring them for home by almost a length over the Cat Ratcher. There's no run for Sharp Bob. Here's Arnie's Boy with a swooping run right around the outside of the field from back off them. He goes up 4 deep now. Reverse pulled out underneath of him from Shadow Hunter. Pike trying to work his way clear with Morning Song. Barra Magic's under the stick at the top of the home straight. Homeward bound, Arnie's Boy out really wide near the middle of the track. It hit the lead from Reverse. They head off Geiger Gem, Sharp Bob. Here comes Morning Song. Morning Song's about to tune up now and quickly gather them in. Morning Song went to Arnie's Boy, hit the lead. Barra Magic surging down the outside when it's all over, but Pike is going to punch home half the card. He wins the last on Morning Song from the fast finishing Barra Magic. Third probably Arnie's Boy from Reverse, the Cat Ratcher, Geiger Gem. Next in Barbie Will Do, Burning Pride, Zip Your Lips, Shadow Hunter. Sharp Bob back there in company with Stafford Lad, and the tail ender is none of that. Number 10 is the winner. The Bernardini mare, Morning Song. And that gives William Pike win number 4 for the day. Half of the card to the Wizard. Morning Song let loose. Once he was able to extricate out off the fence, find a bit of room, and opened her up. Barra Magic under the stick at the 550. Got busy late, never going to challenge Morning Song. Arnie's Boy held third from Reverse. Morning Song for Peters Investments ends a really good day for the Cerise and White by Bernardini out of the Anabar mare. Morning Mist for Grant and Alana Williams. Wins by a length and a quarter, half a length second and third in 152.24, 35.54 the sectional. Second placing to number 7 Barra Magic by Blackfriars, Brian Kersley, Brad Parnham, and third number 3 Arnie's Boy by Patronise from Let's Get Even, Ash Maley, Jared Noski. Officially fourth, number 12 Reverse. 10-7, 3-12, 462 even Morning Song. Barra Magic 170 and Arnie's Boy $3.10. The interim details thereafter, the Crown Perth handicap. Okay, without any further delay, let's go to Brittany Taylor. She's quickly joined us down on the winners' enclosure. Bob Peters was nice and keen to get there, and why wouldn't he be?
Well, we spoke to Bob a little bit earlier and he thought that it may still be shy of her best trip and may be needing further. So this must be a pleasant surprise for you, Bob.
Yes, I think the blinkers made a difference and maybe she needs them from now on.
These horses that you've had today, 3 winners, they're clearly not your top liners, but how important are horses like these to your operation, the bread and butter horses?
No, they're good. They're coming through. I mean, the State Attorney's one that we've held on to for a long time because he kept showing us something and then not, and we need to sort him out. But this one's a good, nice young mare coming along.
And do you still hold the opinion that as she gets over further, she will improve?
Oh, I think so. I think she needs 2,000, 2,200.
We've seen her with the blinkers on today. How were you feeling in the run when Pike found his spot on the fence and all of a sudden there was that mid-race move and he needed to find a gap?
Yes, it was a bit hairy around the corner there because he finished up quite wide, whereas I thought he'd get a run through. But and then I thought that could be a bit difficult, but the blinkers seemed to do the trick today.
Well, congratulations, 3 winners on today's program, and you must be looking forward to next week. The Perth Cup, Star Exhibit, Mississippi Delta. You looking forward to next week?
Yes, I've always looked forward to the Perth Cup. It's sort of the end of our carnival. The horses come through and The horses come from different directions. You saw 3 nice horses go over the line here today, and it puts them all together and it sorts them out.
Who do you lean towards from your stable?
Probably Mississippi Delta, I think.
Yep, well, we are very much looking forward to her. She heads the market at the moment. Congratulations on this victory, Bob.
Thank you.
Bob Peters there. 3 winners in the Cerise and White today, and him suggesting that Mississippi Delta, the one he's looking forward to in the Perth Cup, just like the punters are. We did have a look with that preview for the Perth Cup prior to this race, Scott, and great to hear Bob's excitement for Mississippi Delta next week.
Absolutely, Britton. I'm sure that if Star Exhibit was to win a 3rd Perth Cup, he'd become one of Bob's favourite gallopers. It's a real traditional type thing, Bob's operation. He's a racing purist, and he loves things like that, and so Star Exhibit would be a wonderful result for him, no doubt.
Really would be. Speaking of wonderful results, the performance of William Pike today, he's ridden half the card, and I say this, but it's no real surprise because that is what Pikey does. No,
it certainly is, Britton, and that's considering that this will test you didn't run in the top 4, so it could have easily been 5 winners on the day for Pikey, and it does become just an expectation over here in the West. He is simply that good, Britt.
And Pikey in the last, I think there will be many, many happy punters after this race, even though we tried to see, we've got the punters on the fence saying only half the card, Willie. Scott catching up with William Pike.
I know it gives him a lot of satisfaction. He's got a big fan base here, Pikey. The blinker's on today. You've ridden her a few times. Do they seem to sharpen her up a little bit?
Yeah, I was just talking to Mr. Peters. They're a bit of a catch-22. She over-races, but they seem to work. So, I don't know. What do you do?
Exactly. Jared made a mid-race, or a move before the corner there with Arnie's boy, and it got a little bit tight in there. We were always trying to get to the outside.
No, from there it was just wing it and hope things happen, because we'd gone that slow. I think my kids' ponies get out and run faster. So, you know, when things are like that, as I said, there's no options. I'd gone to the fence earlier, committed myself there. There was no options. I had to sit and wait. And a move had to come from somewhere eventually. And luckily enough for me, I didn't miss the boat.
Arctic Stream in the previous. What did you make of that from his perspective as maybe a trial for a Perth Cup?
A nice solid effort. I think it's a real good trial for a Perth Cup. It's a shame he's a little tricky in the barriers. Other than that, he's good. We got beat a neck by probably, I suppose he'll nearly be second favourite now, that horse.
Congratulations, Pikey. Good luck next week.
Thank you.